You just don't get it, do you? He is sacrificing quite a bit because when you add more people to a household, utility bills go up, food bills go up, you have to have a larger house. And yeah, you technically are right on he would still have to work if he didn't have a family, but he could get by on significantly less. Maybe he could take a job he actually somewhat enjoyed, or work significantly less hours. I know some guys who are literally just working part-time and they can support themselves because they're willing to live with roommates. And they're perfectly happy with that. They don't need a bunch of junk or decorations. That's why sometimes when you see a man that lives by himself, his apartment is very simple. He might have a couch and a TV and his bed, maybe a couple extra towels, a few plates, a few forks, you know, the absolute basics that are necessary. He doesn't care if there's roses on the plates or there's decorations for holidays. A lot of men, if they don't have a family, live very simply, and that is actually their preferred way of living. Men don't typically make a big deal out of it, but a lot of men tolerate a lot of things they don't necessarily like because they care about the woman they're with. So yes, he is sacrificing. That's like saying if a woman has a family, she still has to cook anyway. So her cooking and cleaning isn't a sacrifice and it isn't labor or effort, because even if she didn't have a family, she'd still have to cook and clean anyways.
Women are doing at home between $150,000 to $250,000 a year in domestic labor.
So you're saying women are doing $150,000 to $200,000 of unpaid labor?
Yes.
Have you thought about the unpaid labor that men do around the house? Construction, landscaping, plumber,
Yes.
electrician, pest control, security guard, IT support, chauffeur, mechanic, babysitter, etc.
That is such a fantastic point. Do you own a firearm?
No.
Would you date a guy who owns a firearm?
Yes.
Okay,
I have
you dated?
Yeah.
Okay, so it's interesting because you're saying, well, for you to have a full-time armed security guard, which is what women have, that's really expensive. Women basically have executive protection for free. That's unpaid labor. In fact, can I ask you a question? Husband should be willing to protecting you. Take the bullet.
Yeah.
Would you do the reverse for him?
No.
If we're talking about unpaid labor, if I wanted to hire 24/7 security, that's hundreds of thousands of dollars a year.
There is a large influencer on here that many of you may know and love, but I personally find her actions deplorable, so I would like to call her out publicly, woman to woman. This video is about you, Camilla. And before her fan base comes for me, I just want to start by saying that I support women's success. I respect women making choices that they feel is right for their lives. But what I can never support and what I can never look away from is using minors to promote yourself on adult platforms. What is wrong with the internet? Have we really lost the plot? Let's be clear. Two things can be true at once. You could be beautiful, you could be intelligent, and you could be hardworking. But you can also have a past that deserves reflection. Camilla has recently made internet news when she announced that she will be quitting adult platforms to focus on opening up a management company. And she has spoken publicly about how hard she's actually worked for her career. But is the internet just deciding to ignore the fact that you used minors in content that is adult branding adjacent? This depravity includes skits with her younger minor sibling.
How does it feel that your sister has an OF?
Well, if it's taking me this far to Disneyland, yeah. Still don't know what my friends mean if it's pink.
You will never know, buddy. But hey, subscribe. Let's see where it can take us.
Camilla, that's absolutely disgusting that you would probably tell your brother to say that to you. You filmed that and you posted that. I don't care about the millions of dollars that you probably made. This is absolutely inappropriate. And I hate to be that guy, but if the roles were reversed and it was an adult man with his little sister, we wouldn't even be having this conversation right now. People would have already canceled you. They wouldn't have let this slide. And if you guys think that this is okay because it's her brother, which, I mean, in my opinion, it doesn't make it okay. It quite frankly, it almost makes it weirder if that was possible. She's also posted stuff like this. I'm going to blur the children in this video because they are wearing crop tops and dancing with her. Maybe you think that this is an innocent dance trend, but bops were using this dance to promote themselves on adult platforms. Oh, but maybe that wasn't her intention. She captioned the video that you gotta start them young. Camilla, what the actual children should never be used directly or indirectly to promote adult industries. That boundary exists to protect children because children cannot consent to things. So congratulations on glamorizing the OF lifestyle and basically digitally grooming millions of people. I'm glad you're moving on to bigger and better things, but I personally wouldn't let you manage me because I don't know what your morals are. I would just love to know if you've changed, if you regret what you've done, if you recognize that you took things a little too far. I know you have a moral compass in there somewhere considering what your opinion was on the Piper Rock situation. But seriously, dude, let's not ever do this again. This is weird. This is... Okay, I said it.
So I'm giving her a text. And I'm like, hey, like, what are you doing? You know, like, where are you? And she goes, I'm with Mike. You're with Mike? Why are you at like a bar or club area? Like, what are you doing with Mike? Oh, well, you know, his coworkers wanted to go out for drinks, and, you know, I told Sam that I was just gonna be hanging out with you, and so if he calls, just say that I'm with you. And I say, girly, that is way past boundaries. You're like, first you're lying to him, and now you're telling him that you're with me and you're with Mike. That is a whole different situation now. She's like, no, it's okay, like, everything's fine, nothing's gonna happen. And at this point, I don't know, I'm feeling like I'm getting stuck in the middle about this, and I don't like it. So the next morning comes, and Sam calls me, and he's telling me, like, hey, like, can Bree, you know, call me when she gets up. I have to talk to her about something about the wedding. And I'm just like, shoot, like, what do I tell this man? Like, she's not even with me. So I give her a call, and I'm like, dude, like, you need to call your husband, because he's calling me now and asking me to tell you to call him. Like, this is just getting way out of hand now. So after they talk, and apparently she wants to call it off with him, me and Bree get in this whole conversation, this whole argument, because she wants to actually get a divorce with Sam now, who was like literally the love of her life, but she's just so like blindsided by this Mike guy. She's telling me she wants to get a divorce with him, and I'm telling her, like, were you doing anything with Mike before, you know, you're making this, you know, decision? She's like, no, like, I would never cheat on him, which I know she's lying, because obviously she's doing something with him if she wants to break up her engagement all of a sudden, but she's claiming that he is the problem. Like, he's controlling, he's toxic, and just kind of flipping the script on him, which is like so wrong, because me and my fiance, we knew Sam way before they were together. So now she's like corrupting his character, and I'm not okay with that. So we get in this argument, we don't talk for months, and I find out they eventually get a divorce, and guess who she's with now? Yep, she's with Mike now. So I'm glad, good riddance to that. I don't have any of that negative energy in my life anymore. But yeah, I felt really bad for Sam at the end of the day.
My friend of 4 years just ended our friendship over a man. I'm gonna tell you the story. So the way it works out is her birthday, their anniversary, Christmas, my birthday, New Year's. So right around this time of the year, we're chatting a whole bunch. Girl, what you doing? Girl, what you doing? Da, 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 da. Y'all, so this year, no different. Hit her up. Let me set this up, because I can my hands talk to you. I'll tell you a story. This is literally what I said. Where did y'all go for y'all anniversary? And she goes, oh, we just went out to dinner. He got me flowers and some jewelry. And I was like, and she was like, don't start. No, I'm gonna start. And we all need to start starting with our friends who are accepting like low effort from the men that they're with. Now let me preface this by saying he's a man of means, okay? I sold this man his third property when I was in real estate. I've seen his pay. This man makes well into the mid to high six figures, okay? And you are the type of person that likes to travel, because we bonded over that. We've traveled and taken trips together before. It's just so minimal to me what he does for her every time. A birthday, flower, dinners, a gift. Anniversary, flowers, dinners, gift. Like, it's the same over and over and over and over again. And I'm like, girl, you deserve better. There's over 70 luxury resorts in the United States alone. Even if he just took you to one a year, it would take y'all a lifetime. Literally. You should not just be at home all the time when y'all doing big celebrations like this. Like, I feel like you're just accepting, y'all. And this is what pisses me off so much about it, is that whenever she's talking about him and stuff that he does, is always spectacular. But when she talks about stuff that he does for her, like, yes, it's nice, but it's not spectacular in comparison to what he does for himself. I'm like, girl, this man does not like you. He's with you. You're integrated into his life. Yeah, he may say he loves you, but he does not like you. Okay, for his birthday, this video getting a little long, so I'm gonna do part 2.
You know, and this is what some people try to do when a man says, don't think that there are a lot of good options, right? Essentially, what he's saying is you can't find one woman here in the Carolinas, the States, Miami, yada, yada, yada. As you probably well know, in Miami and a lot of these cities, I was just listening to a woman talk about, oh man, there's too many men out here that are messing around with too many women. And all of a sudden, when a man says it, then he's not looking hard enough. He's not vetting properly. When a man says that exact same thing, you can't find one good woman. I'm sure I can, but I just haven't found it in my experience. So instead of me continuing to sift through what I have and travel all over the globe, I might go overseas. I might find something, I might not. You never know. Not everybody that goes overseas finds somebody. Just don't. That's just the way it shakes out, and that's okay. But if a man decides, I want to go exploring in another region, I think that should be okay. I know a lot of these people don't like men to explore their options, but I think that's okay.
That's how I know a lot of y'all men today, you full of it, because it's too many women out here. It's too many options of women out here to act like you can't find one good woman. Out of all the women a lot of y'all dudes been with, something wrong with all of them. All these major cities, all these states, Houston, Dallas, Miami, Tallahassee, Jacksonville, East Coast, the Carolinas, LA, Detroit, Philly, Chicago, all these women out here, and you can't find one. Something wrong with all of them. You say you want a good woman, but you don't want no good woman, because a good woman will challenge you to be better. A good woman will hold you accountable. A good woman will force you to evolve and grow. Stop staying stagnant in that hamster wheel. But you find something wrong with every woman that you with, and you want to maintain being a little boy. So you reject and you deflect on women too masculine, women this, women that. Women ain't perfect, but with that being said, it's you, fellas. Trust me when I say it's you. A lot of you look for any and every little reasons to not grow up.
So many of my girls is out here trying to impress other women. Y'all keep on jumping from relationship to relationship, and then you got all the girls that's hyping y'all up like, yeah, I love this for our girls. Our girls are getting athletes. Our girls are moving on. Our girls are not putting up with stuff. But in the eye of a man, y'all look terrible. And then y'all say stuff like, we ain't doing it for the men. Then who you doing it for? Are you attracted to women? Because I know that if I'm attracted to a man, or I'm attracted to men, I gotta kind of play the book based off what I'm attracted to. Y'all are playing the game in a girl way, which is a turnoff to men. But then y'all said we ain't doing it for the men. Then why are you dating the men? I'm a woman that like men, so I kind of gotta move in a classy way if I want to attract a certain kind of man. If I'm not looking to attract the girlies, then me moving like a to impress the girlies is not gonna fly. Me showing my body and twerking and girls saying you ate that down and clock it and all this stuff that girls are parading on is preventing y'all from finding true love, because y'all don't get it. Men are not settling for the things that the girls are hyping. But whatever, man.
So apparently there's a conversation happening online right now about should married women or women in committed relationships be going on girls' trips with their friends. Now, I think this is a maturity issue, and here's why. Some of the girls don't know how to go outside, be outside, without going to the club, getting drunk, and shaking hands. Now, that's some of you. However, some of us know how to act, right? So when I say I want to go on a girls' trip, I want to go to a cabin in the snow and journal. I want to go to the desert and go on a long hike. I want to go on a yoga retreat in the forest with my friends. And my man doesn't want to do that, and that's fine. We have different interests, and that's okay. That's the reason why people have friends. However, if the only thing you know how to do with your friends is go to the club, then yeah, you should probably stay your behind at home, because you're going to end up doing something that you're going to regret. It's only based on your maturity level and the maturity level of your friend group. Do you know how to have fun with each other without alcohol and strange men? Yes or no? That'll answer the question.
Ended my engagement, and today I'm moving out. There wasn't any betrayal. He didn't cheat or anything. Honestly, I just changed my mind. Sometimes clarity comes quietly. Choosing yourself doesn't always need a big explanation. But my village, the women in my life, are so amazing. They've shown up for me in more ways than one, helping me pass, sitting with me, praying for me, making a hard transition feel lighter just by being there. I'm so grateful for community, for having people who hold you up.
Oh yes, my village came through and they helped me pack and they prayed for me. And we just had a jolly old time that I just wasted 2, 3, 4 years of this man's life, got engaged to this man, he thinking I'm about to be his wife, and I just woke up one day and I said, F it.
This man who was fiending to say something, he didn't even let me watch the girl's full video. She stopped herself from making a very big commitment to
in a hard decision.
In a hard decision. To tell a man, nah, bro, you said you was gonna marry her, you gotta do that shit. That is horrible advice.
I don't think that's what he was saying, though. I think
100%
what he spoke to was having accountability for the responsibility of the investment you made. Her friends championing her, I don't think that was all the way right. I think someone should say, girl, that's kind of messed up what you did that. Oh, my village is amazing because what they did was support me, right? There is accountability girl, what you did is kind of messed up. Like, you have the right to walk away, but it's still kind of messed up that you were there with this guy for 4 years, you know. But in the same breath, once again, I will say, no one owns anyone, right?
But you don't think that girl know that was up, that after 4 years, 10 years, that her making this decision to leave was up? You think she needed her friends
by the
to tell
video
her
she
that?
made and what she said? No. I didn't hear at no point that she said that she thought it was messed up.
We didn't even watch the video.
What she said was...
We didn't even hear the video.
Wait. What she said was, I have to choose me. Or everything she said was an I statement and me.
The point of the video was her making a decision for herself and showing her village being there for the decision that she made. And that's just the perspective of the video. But you don't think
But what you're making is an assumption. Because there's no proof of it in the video.
When it comes to support from like your community, right, your friends, she had about 6, 7 girls over there. You can't tell me that there was not one person that was like,
but what you're making is once again, what you're making is an assumption.
No,
there is no proof of that.
I'm thinking that listen, y'all men.
Hey guys, if you enjoyed that clip, make sure you check out the full episode on YouTube. All the full episodes are there, so check it out.
My husband and I have been together for 15 years. He's the epitome of the saying, he's a good man, Savannah. However, I've always known that he was in 2 other relationships. One with his mom and the other his career. He prioritizes and considers them without question, while I've proven my position and still feel like I'm in second place most times. How can I get him to always treat me like I'm number one without taking away from his other loves?
I think you got to be careful. The mama angle, I 100% agree. But in terms of a man's purpose comes first, baby. And the worst place that you can be is between a man and his purpose. A lot of women lose sight of what brought you to that man in the first place. A lot of women aspire for a lot of things, right? I want a successful man. I want a certain lifestyle. But a lot of women are not willing to sacrifice the time that it takes for that man to create that environment for you.
Kitty, why you keep making these faces?
I don't want to make this a gender thing because I don't want no one to use this against nobody. But women, we show up as friends, as mothers, as wives, as everything else. We show up and we still serve our husbands, but marriage is still a part of your purpose. Let's not forget that when you have a wife, that's where your favor comes from to begin with. So even in the purpose that you have with this business and everything else, you should still be able to prioritize your wife. Your wife is not a threat to your purpose. The problem is you have not been able to find balance in what you do. You've prioritized and tried to compartmentalize things, bring it together. Your wife can advance the things that you have. Prioritize your wife because then she can nurture and feed you and pour and invest into you so you can show up better in your life, so you can show up better in your business. I don't understand this conversation. I don't get that. And that's the reason why so many women feel like they are being neglected in their marriages, because y'all prioritize your careers. You laid down and made vows in front of God and said you were going to take care of his daughter. So if that is the case, then make sure you take care of your wife while you are still doing this, because I guarantee you when you no longer have that career, guess who's still going to be behind you? Guess who's still gonna be behind
This
you?
is crazy.
Gonna be behind you. Nope. We still gonna be behind them. Nope. Y'all always want to play that. Y'all always want to play that. And I hate when y'all do that, because I can guarantee you, y'all always want to do that, because we have seen women do it. We have seen, I don't care. No, I ain't gaslighting nothing. That's the problem. I can't stand when y'all do that. I cannot stand that. Y'all are talking about those women who just came in there to use you to begin with. But the women who actually love you, if they see you fall off, is those women they gonna fight behind you to make sure that you get back on your feet. So make sure that you nurture your wife.
How tall are you?
Probably like 5'3", 5'4".
Does your height really play a factor in your dating life?
I don't think so, no. I feel like when it comes to dating, I try to make it a conversation, you know what I mean? It's all about that personality, you feel me? All about that charisma, you gotta work with what you have, don't be obsessing about it, you give off that kind of energy to people are just gonna give it back to you.
So when you hear a chick say, yo, if he's not at least 6 feet, then I'm not even looking his way, how are you feeling?
I'm feeling the same way. I ain't even gonna look at you, you feel me? She gotta put that energy with the man she wants to be with, you feel me?
Just because you're short up here doesn't mean you're short down there, right?
Oh, of course not, no. She said she's looking for 6 inches, bro. Hey, 6 inches from the ground up, you feel me? Don't let the short energy rule your life, my friends. For all the short kings out there, I believe in you, believe in yourself, bro, and you'll go somewhere.
We're heading to a world where we're gonna have an awful lot of single people in their 40s, an awful lot. And the reality is, and I hate to be the bearer of bad news, is that's going to be fine for men, because they can have babies until they drop.
Yeah, and they're going to go they're always going to go for younger women.
And they're going to go for younger women, and they'll have more money, and that'll be fine. And there'll be this sort of lost generation of women in the middle. And that's not going to be good. And the women in the comments are going to absolutely hate me for saying that. But I think it's a reality, and you need to wake up. Because if you don't wake up, it's going to get too late.
When these women are twerking and stuff, they're not necessarily doing it for men. They're doing it to have fun. When they're getting dressed, I'm not necessarily doing it for a man. I'm doing it to get cute. Do I want a man's attention? I mean, yeah, if that comes with it. But I'm just clowning around and acting up. If a man doesn't like me clowning around and acting up, then that's not the man for me. That's what a lot of them are going to say. But what men are continuing to try to say to these women when they're going out and doing a whole bunch of stuff that they're doing is I know you're not doing it for me now, but when it comes time for you to say, okay, I want to put all that stuff to the side, I want to partner. The man's going to remember all of that playing around that you were doing, and he's going to say, that was a turnoff to me. And that's something that I'm interested in.
Every day, insecure men are telling women they're going to alone with cats. Do they know that this threat doesn't work on women who don't give a about being alone? Like, sir, have you seen women lately? We are actually choosing peace. And you think a cat is a threat? What, a soft, cuddly, low-maintenance creature that doesn't gaslight me, that doesn't ignore me, that doesn't make me question my sanity? Be for real. You see, women are no longer staying out of fear of being alone. We're leaving because being with the wrong person actually feels lonelier than being alone. Hello? What part of this are people not understanding? So when you say you're going to end up alone with cats, a little fluffy companion who just wants snacks and naps, and you think being alone for women means an empty, sad life? Have you seen women who are alone? We have friends, we have deep conversations, we have freedom, we have laughter, we have our routines, our goals, our peace. We have lives that don't revolve around men, and that's what threatens insecure men. Don't ever get it twisted. Alone doesn't mean lonely. And the reason insecure men want women to fear being alone is because it benefits them if women are rushed. It benefits them if women think they're running out of time. Because if she believes she's running out of time, she's more likely to settle, she's more likely to ignore red flags, more likely to accept less than she deserves. Panic never leads to good choices. So before you tell a woman she's gonna end up alone, just remember that only works on women who are afraid, and more women just aren't anymore.
My husband is currently packing his bags and also packing our kids' stuff because he is going to leave to another state, all because I cheated on him with a mutual friend. My husband and I have been together for a while. No, I don't think there was any issues in the relationship or marriage whatsoever. I actually thought our life was pretty perfect, but then I decided to talk to one of our mutual friends, and one thing led to another. I think I was just really tired of the fact that my husband was constantly working to make sure that we had a roof over our heads and to make sure that everything was paid, and so I just felt very lonely, so I decided that I was just going to message his friend, you know, just like we are friends, nothing else, that was it, and then all of a sudden it just led to something else. I mean, at least I had the balls to actually tell my husband what was going on because I could have kept it from him. You know, I could have just moved on without telling him. After I told him, I was very surprised about his reaction because he was not freaking out or panicking. He just said, okay, and then he said he was going to pack his shit and go, but he was also going to take the kids.
First off, well done to the man. This is exactly how you should respond to such behavior. You don't need to freak out. You don't need to go after the guy that she cheated on you with. You should actually just thank her for showing you who she really is, which would be someone who is not loyal and clearly doesn't appreciate everything that you provide for her. I know this can be hard to wrap your head around, but you need to thank her and your friend because you could have spent the next 10, 20, 30 years believing that these were people who truly loved you and were loyal to you and good people to have in your circle. But now that they showed you who they really are, congratulations. Now you don't have to waste the rest of your life with these people living a lie. And you can go to a different state with your children and find the people who do actually love you and you can spend the rest of your life with. I know it hurts that it happened. There's nothing wrong feeling angry or sad or going through the proper steps of grief to overcome that. But at the end of the day, if we continue to believe that these things happen to us, we will forever be a victim and it will ruin your life. But if we can figure out how this happened for us, how this is going to be a benefit for our future moving forward, that, my friend, is where the real magic happens. That is how a good, strong man will respond to this type of situation and betrayal. So if that has happened to you or is currently happening to you right now, this is the way. Stay strong, Kings.
I asked my fiance for one very specific gift for Christmas.
Okay, giving a gift suggestion. I like that. That way he can get exactly what you want.
And it was a mug for lattes that I could go like this.
Straightforward, descriptive. I like it.
That was what I told him. I want a mug that like goes like this. That was my very specific request. Is that very descriptive? No.
I think it is. If my wife said that, I would know exactly what she wanted.
Oh, and my other request was it couldn't just be plain white.
Now she's very specific. I like it. A non-white mug.
So I want like a mug that's like a bowl. That's what we're going for here.
So far, so good. I'm on board.
Moment of truth. Are you stressed?
No. I wouldn't be stressed either because you told him exactly what you wanted. And as long as he followed that, we're good.
Do you think you got it right?
The only thing is the color that I'm figuring out.
Okay, don't spoil it. Let's see. Bum,
It's not right?
I bet he got a white mug.
What do you mean? What? That's not.
There it is. Exactly what you asked for.
What it looks like.
This is not at all what I wanted.
Huh?
It's bigger.
Also, it's brown.
I'm not a professional artist, but I believe that is non-white like you asked for.
The punch. Okay.
Womp womp. Not what I was going for.
I agree. You asked for a non-white mug that you can hold in your hands. And what he got you was a non-white mug that you can hold in your hands. I'd be outraged.
No, I like it.
Do you mean you like it or you like it?
Literally no.
Take it from somebody who's married. Silent finger tapping is never good.
You wanted a bigger one.
It's not round. It's straight.
I wasn't good in geometry, but that looks pretty round to me. Best of luck to her fiance on Valentine's Day.
Avery, I got pulled over. I got pulled over, and I don't know what to do. He asked for my license and registration, and so I gave him that, and I gave him my insurance card. But he said that that my card doesn't have insurance, that my car is not attached to that policy.
Oh.
Why don't I have insurance on the car?
What were you doing to get pulled over? Were you speeding?
I don't even know. I don't know. I wasn't speeding. I was just driving, and I was coming back from the grocery store, and I saw him there. I made sure I wasn't speeding. My lights, I didn't need to have my lights on because the sun's out.
Yeah.
I literally was not doing anything wrong. I don't know why they would just pull me over, but they did.
Shit, that sucks. Good luck.
And now they're saying I don't have insurance.
Yeah, that makes sense though. Yeah.
But isn't that illegal to not have insurance? So I'm gonna get in trouble.
Yeah, probably.
You're in charge of paying the insurance bill. Why don't I have insurance? Why is that car not insured?
I took you off the policy. Actually, I took that car off the policy.
Why?
Because I found out you're cheating on me.
Okay, so then you have... Okay. So
Yeah.
you found out I was cheating on you.
Yep.
Which we can have that conversation later, because obviously it's a conversation that's going to need to be had. But instead of just coming to me like a real man, instead of coming to me like a real man, you just removed my car from the car insurance policy.
Yes.
That's so... You don't
good luck.
understand why... does that not make sense to you? I would never do that to you.
Oh, you would never do that to me, but you would cheat on me? There's a lot of disparity there.
I mean, if I found out you were cheating on me, we'd have a conversation about it, but until you could get on your feet on your own, I wouldn't just start kicking you off. I'd have the decency to have a conversation with you first.
Well,
we
that's
can
where
go
we're
back
different,
and
I
forth
guess.
of why I cheated on you. Bottom line is it's your own fault that I cheated on you. You couldn't step up and be a man like I needed you to. So I found a man who could. And that's not my fault. That's your fault because you didn't fulfill your responsibilities as a husband. That's on you, not on me.
Well, good luck with your car. They're probably going to tow it.
No, I'm telling them right now that you're gonna put me back on the policy. I don't know why I'm off.
All right, well,
but you're gonna put me
good
back
luck with
on
that.
because I'm not dealing with this stupid...
Hopefully it's not a state trooper.
Go f*** yourself, Avery. Honestly.
Okay.
You are so inconsiderate.
All right, bye.
I think that there are a lot of younger men that have voluntarily checked out of dating in a way. And that's crazy because you're seeing it from both sides where young men are saying, yeah, I have no interest in this. But I've also seen content on TikTok and, various other places where young women are like, why aren't men telling me I'm pretty and buying me drinks anymore? And we've reached this weird point in our history where young men have just decided, nah, I'm good.
You know what's funny about these modern women who have cats or pets is that they will take care of the pet and give the pet its space. If a dog or a cat decide they want to get up and walk out and be left alone, it's funny. And the person is like, oh, ha. That's funny to them. But if a man says, can I get some space? Oh, you don't love me anymore? You hate me? No, I just asked for my space. Also, y'all feed your pets. Some of y'all have your feeding on a schedule so that the cat never, or the pet never goes hungry. Not even close to starving. They can eat whenever they want. And some of y'all be buying the best type of food for your animals. So y'all be treating animals with more respect than you do a man. And this is a man that's taking you out on dates.
Short men are disproportionately rejected due to their height. I never denied that. And the reason this is so ingrained in our culture is because of patriarchy and misogyny, in my opinion. Tall women are also seen as more masculine. Now, the reason that I never stayed with any of these short guys that I dated is because they had a deep insecurity that they projected onto me and the relationship. And I know a lot of short guys who are hypocrites. They complain that women don't want to date a short guy, but they're not willing to date a woman taller than them. And a lot of men in general, okay, not just short guys, are desperate. They are desperate for women's attention. And I think it's a very healthy thing to learn how to be happy alone. Because otherwise, you're going to build resentment and you're going to project that and be a jerk. Out of this desperation, these guys and desperate guys in general will date types of women they're not really attracted to. And then once they have access to the type of woman they really want, they either discard or start mistreating that first woman. There are all types of bigotries that everybody needs to unlearn that affect the dating pool. For instance, biphobia, racism, fat phobia, and I'm not denying that men being short would affect the dating pool, but it's not the sole reason you can't find a partner. And I personally don't have a height preference, but I have a preference for the way that people treat me. And so, yeah.
Imagine millions and millions of people watching you get humiliated for content. Christy and Desmond Scott. Now Chris just filed for divorce from Desmond, citing infidelity within their marriage. But they would call their relationship goals. And I'm going to break down for you guys, and I got the receipts to prove it, the video documentation, the social media profiles to show that this is a disaster waiting to happen. Now, my analysis is less on the cheating component. We all know cheating is not right. It's immoral. It's against their vows. I don't think that masculine men should be lying. I think that masculine men should be forthright with what they want. And she does goofy things, and, you know, you could just see right there, bumps into him, and he's sitting there looking like, why am I doing this? And him in the background, t-shirt, looking confused, right? Like she didn't look at his photo at all in the selection of this thumbnail right here. But, you know, who cares about him? I'm the main character. Keep on going down. You'll see the next time that he's in it, kissing her feet while bending down and over, looking subservient. And I mean, why do photos like this have to reach public eyes? I don't know. Besides the branding of positioning her as main character, which many modern women want this branding for themselves.
This is option number 1.
It's a no. You can't even go sit nowhere like that.
What do you mean, babe? We can stand at the bar. You can sit and I can stand at the bar.
Do you, Pam?
Why? You're not proud?
Why would I be?
What is it supposed to be like before the accident? I'm in a tornado for real.
I bet you behind closed doors, he don't act like this. But it's a character that has been created that he has to now maintain.
I think you look like a garden that got burnt. But it was beautiful. Makes sense?
A garden that got burnt?
It's black flower. I haven't seen a black flower.
But you know what's the most damaging part of this? When she grabbed his face for attempting to make a joke, looks at him like he's crazy, and then grabs his face.
A garden that got burnt?
It's black flower.
As he cowers underneath her and she smiles. Young men, listen to me when I say this. This is the type of content that they want. These are the type of relationships that they want of you. This is why I continue to say that the majority of modern women today are not marriageable, because this is their standard. This is their goals. This is what they want you to amount up to. They hate this side of the internet. They hate masculinity or manhood focused content. They hate when I say anything. They hated when a Kevin Samuels would say anything. That's why they love that because through his, it represented their gaining of power.
They're about to go on a family walk, so this is the outfit of linebacker.
Yeah, you look like a linebacker.
Desmond doesn't understand fashion.
If that is, I don't want to understand.
Anyway, I do. Desmond did my shoes completely wrong, but that's okay. It's supposed to like loop at the back and then go to the front. Anyway, so let me show y'all my...
Everyone on the internet is going crazy because Desmond cheated on Christy, and they are saying, how could she? She is so beautiful. They were the most beautiful power couple. But I wanted to show you in this video that beauty is not enough. I am not in any way saying that it's okay for Desmond to cheat on Christy, but I want to give you a perspective, because if we're only saying things like, it doesn't matter how beautiful I am, all men are going to cheat on me, or, you know, you can't trust men, that's the narrative that is being put out by scenarios like this when a man cheats on a beautiful woman. But we actually have to look deeper on the dynamic and what's actually happening. People saying that she can't handle her success, that is not true, because you can see through the whole years that they've been posting, he's been so supportive, and a big part of her videos blowing up is because of his reactions and him being part of it and being funny. If you look back at the videos, in the videos, he does not look intimidated by her. He looks over it, he looks emotionally checked out, and he looks like he does not want to be there. And again, it has nothing to do with her looks because she's so beautiful. It has to do with how she treats him, how she makes him feel, and she does not make him feel respected, admired. When she was tying his shoes, she was saying, "You tied my shoes wrong." The man was in the floor for like 3 minutes tying her shoes. In the beginning, she said, "You don't get fashion." I know that this may seem blameless, it might seem like she's just being funny, but to a man, this just comes at constant criticism and judgment, which makes him feel disrespected. Men feel love through respect and admiration, and through these little jabs that seem like jokes, he actually just feels disrespected, not loved, and it made him emotionally checked out, and that's probably what led to him cheating, which again, I am not condemning, but he emotionally checked out, cheated, and now the relationship is over. This is why beauty is only the top to attracting high quality men. If you actually want a healthy marriage, you have to work on yourself to actually know how to respect and love a man properly, and then choose a man that also knows how to love and respect you, because that's the only way that you will both feel respected and loved in a relationship and actually be able to keep a healthy long-term marriage long-term.
There's a new epidemic happening with men, and I really want to talk about it because I just can't believe we're really having to come to this point, okay?
This video is going to go by really fast. Please try your best to keep up. Viewer discretion is advised.
Doesn't matter if I'm walking through a door, through an elevator, name any rectangular box that humans have to walk through, okay, to enter or exit somewhere. Men are just shoving their way in front of me every time. For example, I'm in the elevator, okay? There's two men, one on each side, all right? It's happened twice, might I add. And we get down to the lobby, right? Okay, the door's open. I'm in the middle, and I'm the only girl. So I'm like, surely I get to go first, right? This man literally takes his shoulder and shoves me out of the way to exit first. And I'm like, you know what? Maybe he has somewhere to be, even though he's not at a brisk pace. He's not like trying to really get out of there. It just was like his time to get out. I was like, okay, you know what? Fine. As I start to take my step, I'm like, I'll be the second one out, right? The other man also taking the shoulder, going around town, right, to get in front of me to also get out of the elevator. It's like...
Yeah, I know she lying, right? I know it's a lie. Like, I really hope y'all know it's a lie, because you really believe that story? 3 people in the elevator and people are shoving her out of the way to get out and they're not in a rush? That makes sense to y'all? Let alone it's 2 men, one on each side of her. She's the one directly in front of the door, and they mushed her or shoved her to the back to get out before her. That's the story, which in turn says y'all all was standing shoulder to shoulder in the elevator. That is so unnatural. People don't stand shoulder to shoulder in the elevator unless they're forced to. If it's just the 3 of y'all and you're in the middle directly in front of the door, typically you would just move closer to the door. You don't stand shoulder to shoulder with complete strangers. Ladies, I'm not gonna lie, I had high expectations. Ain't nobody touched that girl in any way, shape, or form. She's lying, and it's clear as day. I know it's the beginning of the month, rent is due. So y'all trying to do whatever y'all can to get these views up on the videos and whatnot. But bro, take it easy, okay? Relax.
You guys gonna be men in these comment section going, well, that's what happens when you ladies want equal rights. So what does this have to do with equal rights? What happened to just being polite? Would you want some man to shove your own mother out of the way? What?
See what I mean? See what I mean, right? I'm telling y'all that she's lying. And I know there are no men talking about, oh, that's equal rights. That has nothing to do with equal rights. If anything, those men are just trolling you because they know you're lying. You think because you sped up your video, slowed it down to add emphasis to certain words, and then added your own set of energy behind it, you thought we was gonna believe you because of that? Nah, we still don't believe your lying ass. Boy, I tell you, I'm getting so desperate, man. It's getting so sad to see this. But you know what? I know they ain't gonna listen to I'm saying, because I'm just a normal guy. Yeah, keep the change.
Did you know it's a new stat out there saying there are more men in today's dating world that's taking peace over pretty faces? What that means is they're willing to stay alone. You know how crazy that is? I know I hear some of these guys be telling these women, oh, you gonna die alone. You gonna die alone. But there's a lot of men that's gonna die alone because they realize I'd rather just alone than deal with the headache. And guess what? It's a lot of men like that.
And, you know, to be fair, I think there was a woman talking about high preferences. And, you know, when you look at men in society, short men are kind of looked at as less than. And when you look at taller women in society, historically, you know, statistically speaking, taller women are seen as more masculine. And it really all honestly and truly depends on how, you know, the men that I date treat me. Right. And I think his comment that he was talking about, that she was responding to a comment, and the original comment was, you don't have a preference, but you have never stayed with any of these short men. Why could that be? Right? So you say that, you know, I'm this, I'm that, essentially virtue signaling. I'm a good person, I'm a pious person, but how come none of these short men ever measured up? Which is honestly and truly a genuine question to ask. He might have been asking it in a snarky way, but that's what most men would be asking. It's like, if these short men were so great, then why are you not staying with them? And then of course the answer that comes after that is because these short men weren't good men, right? Of course, none of these short men could ever make the cut. None of them could ever rise up to your standard. And I think that's the point that a lot of men don't understand is you're so great. The relationships are great. They're this, they're that, but you never stay with these guys. Why not? What does a man have to do in order to get a woman to stay? I think that's a lot of the frustration, right? And she said, well, you know, you got to treat me right. You got to do this. You got to do that. And basically, none of these men ever treated me right. As is the case with most women. None of the men that they're with ever treat them right. They never do anything wrong in the relationship.